they are not foreign to Jesus. He understands, and he's right there. He's the fourth man in the fire. And this is why he actually makes a prayer, a thanksgiving and a prayer, and he says a very interesting thing which actually just jumped onto my understanding when I read it, that this church, they thanked God for them because their faith was growing more and more, and that their love for one another was increasing. So for us also to be counted worthy, we've got also to have our faith grow up. Our love for each other, just finding out how am I, how are things. That way you're being also counted worthy. But also God is faithful. Those who maybe attack the church, those who do all manner of things, and here by the church we could be speaking about the personal or the communal church. God will pay them back for the trouble. He will pay back trouble to those who trouble them. And when you read this, you sort of feel like, Allah, there's that part of God, as in there's that side also. Yes, he's a judge. He's a judge, and he actually punishes sin. So sometimes we like I like to quote Ray Comfort a lot, because I really look up to him in terms of evangelism, because he's one of those great evangelists. And he says that sometimes we've created a God who will never frown at a wrong.
True.
We create a God who is like, he accepts everything that we do, and we call him God. But we need to see God for who he really is. God is also loving, slow to anger, and abounding in love. But at the same time, he does not sit quiet when there is an injustice. He does not keep silent when something wrong is happening. He will also arise in his name to just defend his name.
And I also love the last part, which is a prayer that Paul is also making here. And it's also just a reminder how important it is to pray for one another, because we're building up each other in prayer, And he says from verse 11, as he's also speaking, and going on to verse 12, that we constantly pray for you, that our God may make you worthy of his calling, and that by his power he may bring to fruition your every desire for goodness and your every deed prompted by faith. So it means that he was literally making a prayer that anytime you feel led to do something, it is as you feel there's something I'd like to do, and you don't even know where it's coming from. But sometimes you feel like, for example, if Pat would want to start a business that reaches out to a particular person, but he's like, but I don't know how to start, I don't know how to go about this, who am I going to approach? And God, like, the prayer that somebody would make in his life would literally just open that door in his life. Amen. That God would just allow it to happen and just to work out things for Pat's business idea. Amen. In the same way here, let's remember to pray for one another. I know sometimes it looks like it's not working, it's not worth it, but as you can see here, a great example that praying for one another is never ever in vain. And so God will literally bring to fruition your every desire for goodness and your every deed prompted by faith. Amen. So that you don't have to struggle so much to wonder, am I doing this on my own, or wondering what to do, where to go. You just know, najua ninaomba na mtu na najua God anasikiza. So unaachia tu Mungu, and God will just make a way. Amen. Yeah, let's remember to pray for one another. Amen.